Hey guys, and welcome back to the Courageous Nerd YouTube channel. This is Connor back with another interview. I'm joined today by actress Adele Pomerenke, who chatted to me about her new film, The Penitent Thief, her career as a ballet dancer, and much more. If you enjoyed this interview, or any of the others on the channel, please be sure to like and subscribe. Great, so welcome and thank you for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great. And as we were kind of saying before we started the recording, you're multifaceted with many different talents. So I suppose starting with dance, what first inspired you to pursue ballet?
My grandmother, she was
Mm.
a dancer in New York in the 40s and 50s. And she, of course, tried to have my aunts and uncles, her children, do it, but it didn't catch on. And then she kind of inspired and encouraged me, and then I ended up falling in love with it.
Mm. And I suppose from a creative standpoint, what kind of satisfaction do you get from ballet or dance in general compared to other outlets?
Compared to, that's a good question. Probably release,
Mm.
because it's just we all have something that really helps us really release everything that we're going through, and I just it's someplace I can feel like I can do this on film as well, but definitely with dance, feeling like I can just be 100% myself and just let everything go, and nothing in the world can get me in that moment.
Right. And so you've also acted and you've guest starred on popular series such as Nashville and Still the King. And I suppose what did you find most valuable about those experiences?
Well, on those sets, I was just a feature, so
Hmm.
basically a glorified background. And I did those projects to try, because I was that was my transition into acting, and I from dance, and I wanted to see what it was like at the bottom of the totem pole, if you will, to see.
Sure.
Um, just I guess with those experiences, kind of realizing how much all the moving parts there are is actually very similar to a ballet, if you will.
Right. And you have an upcoming film, The Penitent Thief. And I suppose what can you tell us about this project and the character you played?
Well, it did come out the
Oh, okay.
22nd. Yeah, the 22nd today.
Right.
So I play Queen Herodias. Um, and I worked alongside Kevin Sorbo. I played his wife. He played King Herod. And this film was kind of like a darker take on a faith-based film. It's more realistic to the historical times, the challenges people would go through, and it's about the two thieves that died alongside Jesus. And of course, I play a villain in it.
Hmm.
I'm always the bad guy.
Right. And I suppose since like pursuing acting, what have you found most surprising?
Most surprising, how natural it felt for me. I was very
Sure.
nervous going into it, especially the first time working with A-listers like that on that set, or even my first short film with lines. I had no idea what to expect. And as a dancer, you have this kind of unhealthy perfectionism obsession a bit, and I wanted to go in there and look like I knew what I was doing and I could handle it. But I was kind of surprised at how natural it made sense to me, how much everything
Yeah.
made behind the camera and the other side of the camera and everything that's going on and how it all comes together, and everybody has their own role. So probably how natural it felt. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
most.
And actually just kind of backtracking a little bit, but what first inspired the decision to pursue acting in the first place?
Well, when I was younger, I had done a little bit of modeling and this and that, and I remember um, there was an audition for something in film. There was like they were doing the calls, they were doing open calls for Harry Potter actually, and I was a kid
Mm.
at the time, and my dad said, no, I don't want her doing any of that. She can do that when she's older if she wants to. He wanted me to have like a pretty normal childhood growing up. So when I got older, and it was a summer that I was looking for gigs, because dancers during summer months tend to not have a contract with the company. So we looked for
Right.
little side projects to do to fill the time until the fall. And I found one a lady that was shooting a TV show pilot that was going to be kind of like America's Got Talent tours, and it was musical, and she was looking for triple threat, singing, dancing, acting, which I had done. And I was supposed to go on tour, and so I was going to give up my training with Nashville Ballet that fall, and then go on tour with her instead. But it fell through last minute, so it was kind of like I got pushed into a corner, and decided to give it a shot. And in a couple months, I was on my first film set. So that was
Yeah.
a very interesting turn of events.
Right. And I guess even another area that you're involved in is music, and you've gained a nickname, and you might have to help me out here. Is it AMP or is it pronounced AMP? Is it
It's
like
AMP. It's just
AMP?
AMP. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And I suppose where did the name originate from?
So they're my initials, Adele Marie
Right.
Pomerenke. And it's funny because I didn't even think about this, but so there's already a wonderful singer out there named Adele. She's kicking
Mm,
it, with that
for sure.
name. And yeah, so it was actually advised by one of my best friends. He's like, why don't you just go by your initials? AMP. It's cool. He's like, there's lots of singers like, Pink, Lady Gaga, simple, just one names. And I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like it. So I gave it a try, and it stuck, and I've just been called AMP ever since. It's been on all my name tags and any job I've
Mm.
had, and it's just kind of followed me. I even have it on my necklace now, so that when I
Oh,
introduce
cool.
myself to people, can,
Yeah, yeah.
hmm
And I
yeah.
suppose combining music and dance, you've appeared in music videos, and I was reading you got recognition from Rolling Stone magazine as a top country music video back in 2016. So I suppose how what do accomplishments like that mean to you?
They're awesome. Things I didn't expect. I didn't expect that. I just figured, oh, it's gonna be something fun to do, and I got that project from a project I had done before. So, I didn't think
Mm,
anything of it really. And I didn't realize when the article first came out that it was very controversial for there to be a
right.
stripper in a country music video. I just figured, I'm playing a role. I'm not actually stripping, and it's fun. And, we're in the 2000s at the time. It was 2016, like you said. And
Yeah.
yeah, so just felt pretty good about it, that I was a part of creating that video and making it noteworthy enough that it got into Rolling Stones. That was definitely cool.
Yeah, and I suppose if anyone who might be reading or watching this interview wanted to find out more information about your work or you personally, where could they look for that?
You can find me on. You can hear the sirens in the background.
Yeah, yeah, I can
It's
hear
so
that.
it's like so noisy today. I don't know.
Mm,
Okay. Changing of the season. It's now winter.
yeah, yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Adele Marie Pomerenke. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter, Adele Pomerenke. I have my website, adelepomerenke.com, and I do have a TikTok, and I'm not very good at it, but I'm
Mm,
trying.
great. And it's actually the last question I've got here, and it's what you're most looking forward to from 2021.
I'm looking forward to a new project I did coming out, and to see where that takes me this next year. And I got to film that in LA. So it's called 5150, and I can't say
Mm.
anything else much, but I'm excited for that to come up.